Hello everyone, welcome in. Thanks again for joining me for another home workout video. My name is Lucas Matthews. I'm a master personal trainer and group fitness instructor, just trying to bring you some home workout videos that you can do with little or no equipment. Today we have a fun pyramid structure or ladder structure workout, however you want to call it. We do need weights of some sort. If you don't have dumbbells, if you could grab like water bottles or just something that has a little bit of weight to it, that's perfect. It's a nice fun structure to it where we start low reps and we build up to our higher reps, and then we kind of push through there and then work our way back down. So we'll start off with a nice warm up. We'll be standing and moving around a little bit today. So keep your chairs nearby for balance so that you have it there if you need it. I'm gonna put it right here kind of out of the way so you can see me, but just make sure your chair is nearby if you need it. We're gonna start off with some crescent knees. And what that's gonna do is warm up our hip flexors, our legs, quads, hamstrings, a little bit of everything. So you're coming out to the side first, up and around, big movements to wake up those leg muscles and those hip joints. So it should feel like a nice stretch here. This is really a dynamic stretch more than it is an exercise. So now we're gonna keep going with those, but now come up and out. So just reversing how we do those. That second direction kind of feels a little bit different, but again, it should feel comfortable and like a nice stretch in those leg and hip muscles. Connecting our breathing here, getting in tune with our breath as well as our muscles. All right, so now we're gonna stretch our legs up. So you're gonna come up and kick out. Come up and kick out. I like to put my hand on my hamstring here because we're really trying to stretch out those hamstrings, the back of your leg. But again, just always have something for balance if you need. But again, we're feeling a nice, solid stretch, getting those quads a little bit here too. Starting to kind of get our heart rates up. With your warm-up, you want to get that heart rate up a little bit, but you don't want it to be as high as it's going to be when we're working. So just make sure you're going at a speed where you're starting to work a little bit, but not too much. You still want to be able to talk, hold a conversation pretty easily. Good, so once we finish up that side, we're going to go into heel touches, glute kickers, butt kickers, whatever you want to call them. Just a good stretch for your quads. Again, just a nice steady rhythm here. Warming up those muscles, making sure those knees are feeling good. And again, just breathing. Nice steady breath here as we move along. All right, so let's turn and let's start working up our arms a little bit. So let's bring our arms up and let's just push out in front with a flat hand to wake up our shoulders a little bit. Go at a little bit faster pace here than you were for your legs because it's a little bit easier. So we're waking up our shoulders here. And then now we're gonna come across. So we're gonna twist a little bit as we push in front. Waking up those shoulders, triceps, biceps. And then we're gonna reach straight up. Again, with that flat hand, just pushing up overhead. Just hopefully starting to feel a little bit more warm now. Feeling ready to go because we've got a good mixture of cardio, high rep, but also some strength training today. All right, so that's it for our warm up. You can shake out your arms and legs here a little bit. You have a couple options for this first exercise. So what we're gonna do today is we have 10 reps of this first one, 20, 30, 40, and then we're working backwards, different exercises for each one. So I'll walk you through it. So for this first one, it's good to have your chair nearby if you need it. We're just doing squats. So you can have your chair and use your chair for assistance. You can have your hands in the air, or you can do these with weight and have your hands here. Remember, we just have 10 reps of this first one. So make sure you're using a modification that's going to be challenging but doable for those 10 reps. So bring your feet to about shoulder width distance apart, draw on your core, And ready, set, go. 10 reps. So we're drawing in that core muscle, those core muscles the whole time. And we're pushing with our heels here, not our toes. So that way we're engaging our glutes and our quads evenly, not just the quads. And one more, 10. Good, so just 10 reps, giving ourselves a little bit of a rest here. And then we're going into deadlifts. So again, there's a couple different variations you can take here. If you can't go quite as low as me, you want the seat of your chair here. We are going to be using dumbbells for this. You're going to have your feet, hip width distance apart. You're going to lean forward and just touch the chair and come up. You're keeping your knees pretty straight, a little bit of a bend, flat back, touching down and coming up. Or if you want to challenge yourself, come down about halfway down your shins and then come up, keeping your head above your heart so that we don't get dizzy here. So we got 20 of these. Ready, set, and go. So keep that back flat, come down, and push up. That's 1, 2. Remembering the variation is you're just coming to your chair. 4. When you come up, try to have really good posture. So pull those shoulders back at the top so that you're standing tall. You're feeling your hamstrings, glutes, quads, and your back. It's pretty much your whole posterior chain that you're working here. So that's 10. Find that modification that works, stick with it, go at a nice steady pace. Don't go too fast here. I know it's tempting to want to get to the end, but just 20 nice, slow, steady reps. And remember to breathe the whole time. 18, 19, and 20. Great job. You're going to have to remember to count your reps here. All right, so we're going into skiers now. Again, you can use your weights here if you want. Make sure you have some room around you. Your feet are about hip width distance apart again. If you're going to do these with weights or anything, just make sure your chair is out of the way. You're starting with your arms overhead, and then you're pushing yourself forward, squatting down a little bit, and coming up. So push and return. Push and return. We have 30 of these, so take a second to catch your breath. We're taking about 30 seconds or so rest in between each, but you can give yourself a little bit longer if you need. All right, ready, set, and go. So press forward, return up. Press forward, return up. Go a little bit faster with these, but not too fast. Because again, we're trying to get strength training here, not just cardio. We're not trying to use momentum too much. We're trying to use our muscles to keep things under control. I'm at 10, 11, 12. Don't let your form slip as you get towards the end. When you start to get tired, your body is going to try to cheat yourself. So make sure in your mind you're just thinking, are my knees collapsing inwards? Is my back rounding or arching? Or am I keeping a flat back and keeping my knees aligned with my feet? I have 3 more. 8, 29, 30. Nice. Rest. Again, it's about 30 seconds, a little bit less rest in between each exercise, and then once we get to the end, we'll take a little bit more. Keep water nearby if you need it. And last one, we're going into jacks. So you reach one side out, one leg, one arm, and return as far out as you can stretch comfortably. If you really want to push it, you can do it with weights. But we have 40 of these on each side. And these ones we're going to take a little bit faster than we took everything else. So make sure you're adjusting accordingly. All right, let's do it. Ready, set, go. So nice rhythm. 1, 2, 3. Just hang in there. Get in a rhythm. It's tempting to just really rush them, but just find a nice rhythm where you're not going too crazy fast, but you're knocking them out one by one. That's 12 for me. 14, 15. Almost like you're dancing. Remember to breathe. So easy to forget. If you're forcing yourself to constantly be thinking about things like your breath, your core, your posture, then that's what helps it become second nature to where we're not having that bad form by default. I'm at 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're counting your reps, you're getting all the way, or just going at my pace. 9, 40. All right. So we'll take a nice long rest here because that's the end of that round. And then we're starting back with those 40 jacks and just reversing back the way, all the way down to 10 squats. So take a nice long rest here. You can sort of stretch out your legs a little bit. Make sure you're getting water, staying hydrated, and just letting that heart rate drop down a little bit. We're not going to go all the way back down to resting, but we want our heart rate to drop back down to about what it was when we finished our warm-up. Harder than it seems. So we'll take about 20 more seconds, and then we'll be back to our modified jumping jacks for 40 reps, working all the way back down until we're doing 10 squats. All right. So I always say it's important to have your chair nearby. With these jacks, you can do them right behind your chair. Just always have it nearby in case you need it for balance. I just keep it out of the way so that you can see me moving. You can see my whole body here. All right, back to the top. Ready, set, and one more. So we got 40 of these, and then we're done. We're working back the way we came, so reps get less. Intensity for each exercise gets a little bit harder. 8, 9, 10. Stay with it. You can do it. Starting to get tired a little bit. Starting to sweat. Starting to feel that burn. Maybe wanting to slow down. Maybe wanting to quit. It's when you got to just keep pushing through. 6, 37, 38, 39, and 40. All right, done with those. Take a nice breather. Remember, your chair is always nearby if you need it. Water should be close too. And in about 20 seconds, we'll go again with our skiers. So remembering with your skiers, keeping your feet hip-width distance apart, knees are staying aligned with your toes, so they're not coming out, they're not collapsing in, but they're staying aligned. As we throw our arms back, lean forward, and then stand up, reach our arms overhead. So that's what your skiers look like. I'm gonna do mine with weight. You definitely don't have to if you don't want to. All right, 30 of these. Ready, set, and go. Keep your core drawn in. Don't let your back round or arch, but keep it nice and flat. 10, 11, 12. Done with these. Once we finish, Once we get to 30, 20, 1, 2, 3. When they start to get hard, just keep pushing. As long as you're not hurting, you can hang in there. And 30 till the end. Good job. So we got deadlifts coming up next. Remember to keep your chair there if you need a little bit modified of a version. That just makes sure we're not coming quite as far forward. Otherwise, we're coming down till we're almost touching the ground. Gets you out of breath a little bit. So we'll take about 15 seconds and then we'll go with those deadlifts. The most important thing is that you keep a flat back. If you round your back, then you're cheating yourself. So keep a flat back, bend your knees only slightly, come down, and then press up through your legs all the way up high. All right, and go. 20 of these. So down with a flat back, up, pulling those shoulders back. 2, 3, 5. So we're just moving through to 20. Trying to stay consistent with your pace. So making sure that you're not starting off fast and finishing slow or doing the reverse, but you're just staying slow and steady with good form throughout the 20 reps. On that, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. All right, squats coming up last. Chair, the back should be there so you can use it if you need it. Just remembering, you're trying to focus on your legs. So if you're using that for support, don't really push with your arms. Try to really push with your legs and just have your arms there for support. So we'll give it about 15 more seconds. And then we'll go again with these. So a couple things to remember with your posture with your squats. Back stays flat. Don't arch, don't round, don't lean too far forward, but stay pretty far upright with your core drawn in. Stick those hips backwards, come down, and push yourself up. All right, let's knock them out. Ready, and go. 1, just 10 of these. 2, 3, feel those leg muscles working, feel your core staying tight the whole time. Halfway already. 5, 6, exhaling as you stand up. 9, 10. Excellent. All right, so again, a little bit longer of a rest here. Have a seat if you need. Grab a drink of water. Give yourself some time here to recover. So that first one was really focused on the legs, trying to build strength. The next one is going to be focused on the arms, so trying to build that upper body strength. And then we'll focus a little bit on the core and cardio for the last one. So give yourself as much time as you need. If I'm going too fast, remember you can pause it and slow it down a little bit. Otherwise, staying with me is a good way to keep your heart rate up and really pushing your endurance as well as your strength. So for the first one, we have 10 push-ups. There's a couple variations you can take. If you're fine getting down on and off the ground, then you can do push-ups on the ground. You can do them on the chair, or you can do them on the wall. It's however you want to do them, however it's going to be challenging and feel like it's working, but not going to be too much. If you're doing them on your chair, make sure it's stable. We're just doing 10 push-ups down and up. All right, ready. Keep that flat back and go. So you kind of come slow on the way down, a little bit faster on the way up. 5. Keep that back flat. Don't stick your booty in the air. Don't let it sink down. 8, 9, 10. Good job. Shake those arms out a little bit. Let's work our way back onto our chair. We're gonna do dips next. So the way we do dips, traditionally, you're gonna have your hands here at the edge of your chair. They're gonna slide off of the seat of your chair and then come down and press yourself up. If that's gonna be a little bit more challenging than you can handle, you can have your hands here on the arms and just raise yourself out of your chair and come down. That's a little bit easier. Again, listen to your body, do what's gonna work. But the harder version is right here at the edge of your chair. Slide off. The further forward your legs are, the harder it is. Come down and press yourself up. We got 20 of these, so they're gonna be hard, so make sure you're doing the modification that you're gonna be able to stick with. All right, plant those hands, and let's do it. 20 dips, go. So ideally, you wanna exhale up, inhale down. Feeling those triceps burn. It's the back of your arms working, as well as your chest. Similarly to what you were doing with your push-ups, kind of the same muscles. I'm at 14, 15. So they really start to get hard. 18, 19, and 20. Whew. That one gets you. So shake those arms out. Give it a second. We have a couple different variations for our next one. If you want to stay seated, that's great. Otherwise, we want to do these sort of leaning forward. We're just going to do a bent over row. So what that looks like is you're keeping your feet pretty close together again, about hip width distance apart, flat back as you lean forward, and then you just row up, squeezing those shoulder blades together and relax down. If you don't want to hold that from a standing leaning forward position, just do them from your chair like this. All right, let's get ready. We got 30 of these. It's gonna really challenge you. What you can do is start with your weights. As you get tired, set your weights down and finish up with just your hands, as long as you're actively squeezing your shoulder blades and feeling those back muscles. You wanna be feeling it right in here on both sides as you squeeze. All right, let's do it. Lean forward and go. 2, 3. Maintain a flat back as you do these. Keep your neck neutral, so don't crane your neck up, don't relax it down, but just keep it neutral so that you're not putting any stress on those neck muscles. I'm at 10, 12, halfway, 15, 16. Feeling your arms, your biceps, but hopefully mostly feeling your upper back. 1, 22, 3, 4. Good form till the very end. Don't cheat yourself by letting go, going easy on yourself towards the end. 30. Stay consistent the whole time. All right. So again, 2 options. You can do these seated for your last one, or you can do them standing. But we have 40 curls. It's tempting to want to go really fast with these, but don't do it. And also remember, you're keeping your elbow glued to your side, so you don't want to swing like this. You don't want to move your arm back and curl like this. You just want to keep your elbow planted by your side and just curl. Solid form. For 40 reps. No matter how light of weight you're going, you're gonna feel that burn in your biceps. All right, so remember, it's seated or standing, whatever you prefer. I think I'm gonna do mine standing. All right, ready, and go. 2, 3, 4. So breathing is really important when we get to high reps like these, or when we go faster anytime we're working on endurance, what you're working on is your oxygen system in your muscles. So if you're getting more oxygen in, it naturally just makes it a little bit easier. So that's just something to think about. 19, 20. Make sure your form isn't starting to slip here. This is where a lot of people start to kind of break down, maybe swing a little bit, but don't do that. Just keep curling down and up, squeezing your biceps. That's the front of your arms. 2, 3, 4, 35, 6, 7, 8, 39, 40. Excellent. Now is where we take a little bit longer of a rest. The end of the round like that, we want to give it a minute, maybe even 2, just to let our body recover a little bit, and then we're going to reverse back down. So we're feeling that burn, hopefully muscles starting to really kind of ache, feel like they're working. That's great. Just again, don't overdo it. Always listen to your body. That's always most important. Take about another 30 seconds to rest. Remembering you can always take more if you need, but just make sure you're getting a good workout in. If you're not feeling a little bit tired, if your heart rate hasn't started to really kind of rise up to where you're noticeably breathing a little bit harder, making it harder to talk, then it means you need to ramp up the intensity just a little bit. So it's always good to just kind of keep an eye on your workout, making sure you're constantly being challenged in a healthy way. All right, let's do it. 40 curls. So again, one more time to remind you, don't swing your arm, don't swing your back, don't push with your legs, but just glue those elbows right in here to your ribs and curl up. All right, and go. 2, 3, 4. Stay focused on your form. Just keeping that mental checklist. It's always a lot to think about while you're working out. Am I breathing? Am I working the right muscles? Am I challenged? Am I cheating myself? So just kind of go through as you're working out, think about each of those things, make sure you're constantly adjusting, and you'll notice you'll get better doing it over time. Just little victories each time you work out. At 25, 6, 8, 29, 30. Just 10 more. Don't let that form slip. Squeeze your biceps like you're trying to flex your way up. $38, $39, $40. All right. Great job. Quick 30-second rest, and we're on to rows. Remembering you're either leaning forward on your chair or you're standing and leaning forward from a bent over position. But just remembering that puts a little more pressure on your back and especially your lower back. So making sure you can handle it without cheating yourself or letting your form slip. All right, getting ready to go. Lean forward, flatten your back, and 30 rows. Go. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze those back muscles. Keep a flat back. It's good to do this one in front of a mirror or something that helps you see your form, making sure you're not rounding your back like this or arching, but trying to keep as flat of a back as you can. And at 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Awesome. Get those weights out of the way. And prepare for dips. Probably the hardest one in this video today. It's the second round of dips. So I'm going to give you an extra 10 seconds to rest. Remembering 2 variations, either off the arms of your chair or off the edge of your chair, coming down, pressing yourself up. Just work those triceps. You're gonna feel your upper chest and your shoulders a little bit. That's good. Just make sure there's no pain. If you need, what you can do is push with your legs a little bit for assistance, but we're really trying to make this upper body and arm workout. So try to isolate your arms as much as you can. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna do the harder version this time. If you're doing the harder version, try to keep your elbows back as much as possible. Obviously making sure you're not gonna hit your chair. 20 of these, go. 1, 2, 3. Just pushing through, fighting that fatigue, fighting that urge to quit. 10, 12, 15, getting there. 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. It's a hard one. Shake those arms out. Bring yourself up. Whatever modification of push-ups you want to take, go ahead and get ready for that. Remembering you can do them on the floor from your knees, on the wall, or on your chair. Just whatever variation is going to work. Making sure that it's going to be safe and effective for you. So we got about 10 more seconds, and then we'll knock out 10 push-ups, and that'll be it for the upper body. All right, let's do it. The further back your feet are, the harder these are. So something to remember, again, no booty in the air, no coming down like this. Just keep your back flat. Let's do it. 1, 2, just your own pace to get 10 reps. 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. All right, so make sure your chair is back in a good seated position because we're going to be on it for our first 2 of our next ones. Well, good job. You earned another nice long rest. We're into our last, what I call a pyramid, because you're working your way up and then working your way down. It's also called ladders, whatever you want to call it. But we have 1 more of those, and then we're into our stretching and cool down. So really getting there. It goes by quick when you're having fun. Get some water if you need it. And this last one is really focusing on the core. So for all these, you have to actively think about using your core muscles, not just using your legs or whatever other muscles are moving. So we're gonna come forward, and we're on the front edge of our chair. Your hands can be down to make this one easier, or up to make it harder. Legs are out, lean back a little bit, and we're just doing flutter kicks. So both legs up. You count once one leg goes down and back up as 1. So that would be 1, 2, and we just have 10 of those to start. And then we're gonna do a similar kind of movement as we move through the rest. All right, let's get this last one underway. Ready, set, go. So back it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel those core muscles. 7, 8, 9, 10. Surprisingly difficult one. If it's ever going to be too much, you can just do 10 like this and then 10 on the other side. That makes it a little bit easier. So we're going into a scissor kicks next. So I'll show you the modification for this one first. You can just come out and back, but you have to get 20 on each side. The harder version is just like we did. You bring both up and you come up and out. And that would be 1, 2, 3, and we're getting 20 of those. All right, so focus on your core, hands either down or up. Let's get these underway. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Slow and controlled. Feeling these muscles here. Don't lean too far back. 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Good. So the other challenging one, you'll feel those hips, but as long as you think about it, you'll feel your core working. All right, go ahead and stand up. If you want, grab a dumbbell for this one. You don't have to, but it's gonna make this one a little more effective. We have 30 wood chops. So what you're gonna do with your feet, hip width distance apart, you're gonna bend, lean forward a little bit, and then you're gonna reach up and across your body and down. So it's like the reverse of a golf swing, or if you were chopping wood, you're kind of coming up and then down. We have 15 on each side. All right, whichever side you want to start with. Ready, and go. 1, 2. So slow and controlled. We're not using momentum here. We're using our core and our obliques. 6, 7. Good form with these. It's really important anytime you do a twisting movement to keep it slow and under control so that you're not going to hurt your back. That's 13, 14, 15. All right. Come back, other side, and go right into them. 1, 2, 3. I like to say just stare at the center of your dumbbell and have that imaginary line all the way to your sternum, and keep that line in place so that you're optimizing core engagement. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Beautiful. All right, last workout. Again, you can use your dumbbell here if you want, or you can use no dumbbell. You're going to be standing, and we're doing a standing crunch, so knee to elbow. Just like that. That'll be 1, 2, and we're getting all the way to 40. Again, and you can do these seated if you want, but it makes them a little bit easier. Standing up makes it a little bit more of a complete movement. All right, let's knock them out. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. With any of these twisting ones, again, don't go too fast. It's really tempting. Don't allow yourself to do that. 12. That's 20, halfway. 2, 3, 4. 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 39, 40. All right, that is the end of going that way. Nice long break here, 2 minutes or so, and then we're working back. Takes us to the finish line. Let's get some water, recover a little bit, catch your breath, and get ready for that last one. So again, just with all these core ones, make sure you're actively thinking about your core. And for those last two we just did, the crunches and the wood chops, you're gonna feel these side muscles, your obliques. So make sure you're feeling those muscles working. You're not just going through the motions with your shoulders and your back and all those other muscles, but you're really feeling your core here. All it takes is just thinking about it. So we got about another 30 seconds, and then we're gonna knock those out. So I challenge you here to just not go too fast, and if you want to really adjust anything as you do these, just think about the core more and more and see if you can feel it without doing any extra reps. That's my challenge for you, is see if you can feel the core more without doing any extra reps for all these exercises. All right, let's knock it out. Stand up, weight if you're using it, otherwise you're just going elbow to knee for 40. And go. 2, 3, 4. Squeeze those muscles. It's like a standing crunch with that twist. So you should be able to feel them no matter what. 15, 16. And that's 20, halfway. 8, 9, 30, last 10, make them count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 39, 40. All right, quick rest, and we're on to our wood chops. which remember you can do seated or standing, whatever's going to work best for you. In between, it's really important to take deep breaths in and out. Again, just like we think about our core, think about your breath and just kind of lowering your heart rate. It's something you can will yourself into getting better over time, just as long as you keep thinking about it. All right, so let's stand up. Whatever side you started on last time, let's switch and do the opposite. And go. So slow and controlled, thinking about your core. Remember what I said, I'm challenging you here to see if you can feel your core without really changing anything else. Going at the same speed, same amount of reps, same weight, and see if just by thinking about it, you can feel those muscles working a little bit more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right to the other side, and 1, 2. Almost at the end. 8, 9, just think about how close you are, how well you've done so far. Now is where it really gets important to just maintain all that progress and take it to the end. 14, 15. All right, come on down. Toss that weight out of the way. Bring yourself back to your chair. We have scissor kicks coming up next. It's another hard one. We got 20 of them. So take your time now to make sure you're ready to go into those. So if you really want to challenge yourself, hands up, cross them, or just keep them in the sky like this. All right, let's do it. Legs out and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel those core muscles. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, getting ready for our last one. It seemingly went so quick. We're already on our last one. That's how it goes. If you just stay focused, you have a nice structure to it, you can really just get them through with all good form, with getting all your movements in, but it can feel pretty quick. And that's how your workouts should feel. They shouldn't feel really terribly long and grueling as you do them. You should start to get into that rhythm where you're like, hey, I'm almost done already. That's how you know you're getting stronger and you're getting better and you're not pushing yourself too much. All right, let's do it. So flutter kicks, again, hands up or hands down, and you're just counting each leg as it comes up and down and back up. All right, ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Great work. That was a challenging one. Even for me, I'm sweating, I'm out of breath. You did so good if you stayed with me and you did all that. No matter how much rest you took, no matter how slow they were, you did great. You should be proud of yourself. So catch your breath. We're gonna stretch out really quick. We did a lot of core and a lot of twisting. So what I'm gonna have you do to start is just reach overhead and get all these side muscles that we worked here and just kind of lean into it. You can use your hand here even to just let yourself kind of feel the stretch. And then come into the other side, reach up and over, feel your side muscles, feel your core, feel your spine relaxing. And then right into our twist, come across your body, hold that twist, and across back to the other side, hold that twist, feel it. Feel those muscles relaxing. Back to the center. Go ahead and sit up tall and just sort of lean forward. Drop your arms, keep your head up, and just lean forward as far as you can, keeping your head above your heart to get a good stretch here in your back. And fold yourself back up. It's basically just a folding stretch for your back. Now, to get our core and our back, we're gonna do what's called a cat-cow. So you're gonna round your back, you're gonna round your back, stick it back, drop your head, and then you're gonna push through into a big arch and drop your head up as you stare towards the ceiling. So push your back, hunch back, rounded back, and then arch it, push your back into an arch, drop your head and neck so that you're staring up towards the sky. Move through about 4 of these. Exhale into that arch. Inhale into that round. One more. And down. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a challenging one. If you're able to do these challenging ones, that's a really good sign. Just keep pushing through. And if you're not able to do them, then just try to work up into it. Do half of it, do some of it. But as long as you're moving and you're doing something, then you're killing it, and keep up the good work. Don't get discouraged, keep doing good. As long as you're moving during these times, then you're doing great. So thank you so much. I will see you again. And if you like these videos, please go ahead and subscribe. I really want to keep them coming and get a good following going. Thank you so much. See you next time.